door gap right here is a little tighter from everything being pushed forward. Just about have this one all fit together. So I have a 2018 Honda CRV. This one got smacked real good in the back. It's getting a new lift gate. All of this area is all shoved in. It caused buckles in the quarter panel from everything moving all the way up through this area. So, and even the door gap right here is a little tighter from everything being pushed forward. So I'm gonna put this one in clamps and go ahead and measure the frame, see exactly what direction to pull everything. I'm sure it's out, but I don't know if it's up or down. I think it's all pushed up, but we'll find out when we measure it. So they have measurements of where they want these clamps put, and you measure from the center of the rear wheel forward. This one's at 655 millimeters, and this one's at 2,000 millimeters. It's right about there. So this is the measuring turtle. I believe they call it a turtle. And it goes on this track. And that's what I use to actually measure the frame of the car. I have to go in the computer and I pick 5 undamaged points in the center section of the car so it knows where the car is sitting. But then I could go to the back of the car and make my measurements and see what's moved and what direction I need to pull everything. And it tells me what size cup I need to use to put over the bolt. So I have to pick a 19 and I take an arm. And there's my point. Alright, now the measuring system is centered to the car. So now I could come to the back here and make some measurements and see where all this is at. So it turns out the frame is actually within spec, perfect on this thing. So the actual frame rail and everything is right where it's supposed to be, which surprises me, but that's a good thing. So it must all be in the structure right here. So I'm gonna grab all this structure and start pulling it out, and then I'll cut off this rear body panel. So this isn't a perfect measurement, but it gives you a pretty good idea. I'm going from a point up there to a point on the rear body panel. And then I come over to this side and compare it side to side. And it's just about dead on. Here's a little trick for you guys. I take a piece of mechanics wire and I run it across 2 holes inside of here, and it holds my blanket back. So it keeps the interior of the car protected while I start cutting the back of this apart. Keeps all the crap from going up in there and the sparks and all that, and it holds the blanket back out of your way at the same time. There's the weld that's been holding me up. Couldn't see it. There it is. So I'm looking at Honda's procedures on how to do this rear body panel because it won't fit up in there the way it is. I got to do something, and it looks like they actually want you to cut a window on each side right here. But I'm going to try to avoid doing that. But that's one thing they want you to do. Then they also want you to separate this piece off of the rear body panel on both sides. And I think if I do that, I'll be able to fit this rear body panel in if I separate these two pieces, which is something they also tell you to do right here. So I'm going to try that, and then if I have to, I'll cut the window like they want me to. But I'm going to try to avoid cutting that window if I can. So as I'm drilling these out, I'm trying to be careful to not drill straight through. I want to only drill through this top layer because I'm going to be reusing both of these parts. And if I drill straight through, then it's not going to be the same way to weld it together. So I want to save the back panel as much as possible. Now I don't know if this will work because they want both of those sides off in order to fit this in here. But I'm going to give it a shot and see. It's worth a try before I cut the other side off. Yeah, that's not going to happen. This is a horrible design, Honda. Alright, now let's see if I could fish this thing in there without having to cut the windows like they want me to. I think I'll be able to. Got it in there. It was a tight fit. I had to pry around it a little bit, but it is in there. Alright, I just about have this one all fit together. The gaps are looking good. It seals good across the weather strip. So this one I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get ready and I'm going to be welding this rear body panel on shortly. I got this one all blocked out, ready to prep out. I am gonna have to go ahead and take apart this door to blend the color. They don't have enough space here to blend the color out, so we were aware of that initially when we took apart this car, but I was hoping it had a slight little spot right here, and I was hoping it would relax whenever I pulled the back of the car out, but it didn't, so I had to repair it, and we're gonna have to blend the color now. So I'm gonna take apart this door and send this one over to the paint department.